series, and we are going to go from beginning to end of our whole face routine, from washing, skincare, makeup, starting with our base, then we'll go to adding some shape and color back in, and then into the eyes and everything, complete to the end, and even how I wash it all off at the end. We are going to start off with our skin prep before we put on our makeup, because as aging skin starts to happen, I'm going to be 38 this year, so I've noticed I'm starting to get fine lines, my texture is a little bit more prominent, and I need more hydration. And for our makeup to look good, we need a good base, we need lots of hydration. So this is my routine. You don't have to use these specific products, you can alter it to whatever works best for you and your budget. I do have a few expensive items in my collection right now just because they were sent to me to try and review, and I've been loving them. That's why they're being shown here, but in no way, shape, or form do you have to go out and buy the expensive ones, because there are companies out there like Bubble, Coco Kind, Bioma that have amazing products that work just as good. So after we've washed our face, I go in with the Coco Kind Milky Cleanser. It's for body and face. It comes in a big pump bottle. They recently just released a travel size. It's really good. I use that one in the morning because it is gentle. It's not stripping. I don't need as much of a cleanse because I don't have any makeup on. I just have the skincare from the night before. So after that is off, I go in with this toner. It's from the company I'm from. I get it at Ulta, and it's a rice toner. It's super hydrating. I shake it up a little bit because it does separate when it's been standing still, and I just put probably like a quarter sized amount into my hand and rub it together, and then just gently pat it in all over. And I do bring everything down the neck because we don't want to forget about that, and sometimes if I feel like there's still extra, I rub it down into the chest area. Alright, now after we've done that toner, I go in with the Haru Haru Wonder Black Rice Probiotic Barrier Essence. This one is also super hydrating. It's kind of like a milky toner. It's got a lot of good stuff in it, probiotics for your skin, and I have noticed a huge difference in starting using this, and I get this one at Target. And again, we're just going to go in with about a quarter sized amount, rub it in, and do the same thing and just pat it into the face again. Now we're going to let that dry down, because after that we are going to come in with the Bubble here, the Daydream. It's their vitamin C and niacinamide. Just helps with texture and tone and all of that good stuff that we need help with as we get older. So let me let this dry down and we'll come back. Now we're coming in with the vitamin C, and this one is from Bubble. You can get it at Ulta, Target, and a few other places. We're just going to do one pump. Just rub it in your hands again and rub that on your face. And again, we want this one to completely dry down before we go in with any more serums or moisturizers or anything of the sort. Where the expensive part comes in, and again, you don't have to use these products. I'm just using them because I'm trying them out because they were sent to me to try and review. So I go in with the Clarins Double Serum, and if this is something that you were interested in, I absolutely love it. It is very expensive out of my price point, but it is something that I probably would save for to use. So I just rub it in my hands, warm it up. That's what the bottle says to do. And then we're just gonna gently push that into the face everywhere. And then it says to put pressure here and run over and down a couple of times to help drain any puffiness or fluid that might be in this area. And you could do this with any serum. You don't have to only do this with the Clarins Double Serum. Do here, it says to do the forehead and then down the neck, just to help everything move its way down. And then after that step, I go in with the Bubble. This is their Water Slide. It's a hydrating boosting serum with hyaluronic acid and peptides. Super hydrating. Love, 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 love this stuff. I cannot be without it. I go within like 1.5 pumps because I like to bring it down my face and everything, and just rub that in on top. Make sure you get everywhere, especially the areas that might be dry. It's part 2 of the expensive part. Again, you don't have to use this. Bioma, Bubble, other companies have affordable options that are the eye creams that tighten and do all these things. But again, this was sent to me. I do love it. Again, it is expensive, so please don't feel like you have to purchase it. And I just do one pump onto my middle finger here, and with my ring finger, I just kind of distribute it to both sides so it's an even application, and then going underneath here, not too close to the eyeball, but just underneath where my tiredness likes to show and give away that I've had no sleep for the night, and rub that in, and we are gonna let that soak in and just absorb. And I have noticed since using this for about 2 weeks now that my eyes do have less of appearance of fine lines. They look tighter, they don't look as baggy or puffy. So I do really like this product, but we're gonna let that soak in. It'll come back in with a few more things. I did under eye hydration because my under eyes are dry as the Sahara Desert, and if I put concealer on and powder them to set it, it looks god awful. So we have to make sure we have a lot of hydration there. And I love the Cocokind Revitalizing Eye Cream. It comes with this cooling metal tip applicator. I love, love, love it. This is a really good option. I know that Bubble has one, but I am trying to use this up before I buy anything else. Another option would be the Dr. Kiehl's Avocado Creamy Eye Treatment. It is very hydrating. It stays where it's supposed to. It is a little bit on the pricier side. Mine doesn't have a label on it anymore because of using it so much, it has just rubbed off. But today I got a little sample of the Dew Oracle Eye Cream. This is supposed to be super hydrating, so we're gonna give it a try, see if we like it, but this too is expensive. So again, affordable option. Definitely go for the Cocokind. It's an amazing product. All of Cocokind stuff is really, really good. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get probably about a pea-sized amount, put it on the ring finger here. Again, like we did with the Clarins, just evenly distribute it, both fingers, and gently rub that in underneath. And let that absorb. If you want it to really, really absorb, they do sell silicone reusable eye patches that you could place on top of that, just so the skin is really absorbing as much product as possible, and you get the best benefits of that product. Moisturize on top of that. I tend to have an oily T-zone but dry in other places, and I super duper love the Cocokind Electrolyte Water Cream. This is my 3rd bottle. It is almost out, so I will be going back for a 4th. It is super hydrating, lays beautifully underneath makeup. I have never had any issues with this, so I just do 1 pump on this side and another on this one, and we're just gonna rub that in everywhere. And we are going to let that sit for a couple of minutes, and then we are going to go in and put on a sunscreen, because one, you should just be wearing sunscreen to protect your skin. It helps with aging, sunspots, all that stuff, keeps them away. But also, if we're using things like a vitamin C and a retinol or tretinoin or any of that stuff, any sun damage that you experience is going to counteract those benefits that those creams and those products that you're using are giving you. So to protect that, to keep it going and protect yourself, we are going to go in with a sunscreen. I do like the First Aid Beauty Hydra Milk sunscreen. It looks great under makeup, but I recently got the Bubble Skincare, their Sunrise. It is an SPF stick. It is white, but it goes on clear, doesn't leave a white cast. Awesome. It's beautiful under makeup, lasts well, it's easy to throw in your bag, take with you to the beach, use it on yourself, your kids, whoever. I love this product, and again, it's affordable and you don't have to break the bank to use it. So now that the moisturizer has absorbed pretty much into my skin, we're just gonna go in and swipe this on. And there is no scent to this really, maybe a very light sunscreen smell, but that's it. A lot of the products I use, I don't reach for things that have scents in them because I suffer from migraines, plus all that fragrance just isn't good for your skin. Now we're just gonna go in and make sure that that sunscreen that we swiped on is covering every little piece of skin on our face here. I even push it into my ears, and then we are going to let that sit for 5 to 15 minutes because you want everything to be absorbed into the skin before you put anything down onto it. Otherwise it just turns into like a greasy, sometimes soupy looking mess, and nobody wants that. So that's the end of the first video with our skincare from beginning to end. Next one will be our base routine for our makeup. Bye guys.